things as inoffensive words, yeah, they exist. I think like a water bottle. I don't think that's offensive. With regular words, yes, but with words that like swear words.
No, no, it's not. A person will always find offense in anything. That's my answer.
Here, these questions give two ways to go about it. They'll be put to the test in a certain scenario. Let's lay out the sides for this rather oddball of a TED Talk, shall we? I dub these sides team correctors and team openers. I promise it will make sense in the future. Now, our situation at hand that didn't absolutely happen in real life is this. An impressionable writer that basically fled to the great library of Britain so that he could both get references for his latest novel of a telenovela of self-insert and to also get game. That guy risks so much, it somehow is part of his name. Do rhymes. He eventually stumbles on a book about, well, his country, finally, at last. This book is also among the only copies there is, very rare. But then again, we're talking about in the 18th century. Have you noticed? 5 minutes into reading, that man's smile faded into a flat line of a face. 10 minutes later, this book is you know why he's pissed? Of course it wasn't because he got to the final page feeling distasted, because the book was blatantly wrong about many things that go down in the islands. Oh wait, it was. Well, clearly, there were many misunderstandings, misconceptions, and overall mistakes full of bias about the only source of history to those islands at that moment. Well, this side would have a summary of thoughts. This side over here. How derogatory. This author knows nothing about how we make our special zesty sauce here that makes all our wonderful flavors in our diets. We say otherwise and will gladly burn every copy there is because it's a grave offense to the culture, to that society of those islands. They need every support that they can get to be known for who they are, to what they really are. Why even bother to entertain these thoughts? Well, now this side, they refute with this summary instead. Sure, it's derogatory. Sure, it's fallacious. Sure, it reeks of bias. We can't blame them for being among the world's superpowers in the 16th century. They see us like this because they don't know any better. They're not here in the islands. I appreciate the conviction, but to burn those books would never solve any problem. Why not prove that we aren't savages? Why not write our own history that is closer to reality? Well, we wouldn't be able if mistakes, if books, if past things like this didn't exist. Well, that's exactly what happened. This guy, well, let's name him Riz for the sake of argument, wrote manually the chronicle, only to annotate the actual things that go down in the southeast, all by hand. To quote Ambeth Ocampo from his book Rizal's Morga and Views of Philippine History, this thing, that guy, his sarcastic rebuttal appears surprisingly not in his satirical novels nor his polemical tracts, but in a scholarly work. In other words, it's like a research paper. This impressionable man is also a historian of sorts, and that job is quite of a mix of things that legit happened and things that would be said from it. You know, objective and subjective, duh. He needed good material as a contemporary academic, and to rectify these errors is of good critical thought. But there wasn't any need to destroy it revolution style. That was their own truth after all. Why throw stones at something that doesn't change? Maybe they would once you overpowered them, but you just bullied your way in. Maybe your terms are just really new for those that have never heard of it for years, so they see it really differently. Maybe they're taken aback. Sure, if they impose theirs on you, but anyone that just disagrees and they go out their own day. Twitter, I'm looking at you. As much as I want to spill the illiteracy of our own generation of digital readers, there are obviously exceptions. And I would like to owe you my say on the matter. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. Let the facts speak for themselves, people. That quote that is summarizes the Rankian from Leopold von Ranke's idea of history. which comes from the book of Imagination of History by Agoncillo, do not even know how facts even work. They are also interpreted by people. Inherently, it's up to us to bring up what is the truth. That's their truth. But what really is the truth? Battle royale of various arguments that use their merit of evidence and reasoning to be the best truth there is? That is history. That is discourse really when you're talking about things that are important, like politics for instance. Tell me, would you want to live to never disagree on anything? Both sides have their merits, so I might as well mix it up to give my own summarized view. Wrap it all out, right? Take the correctiveness and the autonomy, then smash together those two different expressions of discourse to create and push out an educated interpretation. Imaginary history. Critical thinking.